So for step 1, where we perform a NERC internal assessment of the entire NERC regulatory compliance program, we need to understand that a NERC internal assessment is the most critical evaluation to perform. How the site's current NERC regulatory compliance program holds up against the NERC standards really shows you the state of the program and where you might have regulatory vulnerabilities. The NERC internal assessment should be performed by a team having thorough knowledge of NERC standards implementation. The team should include members of the purchasing company and 1 or 2 outside consultants whose ongoing business is NERC regulatory compliance. Your NERC internal assessment team must have experience with programs that align with industry best practices. The NERC standards are regularly updated, and new standards are added periodically. The first step to a successful NERC assessment is confirming the applicability of each standard to the site's NERC registration. Now, having a compliant program requires a lot of time, attention, and effort. For instance, you're required to have and maintain evidence packages that achieve a level of completeness that meets the NERC standards. They must contain the correct information, be substantial enough to accurately demonstrate compliance with the standards, and be in an environment where they are readily retrievable and are updated when necessary. Your team should have diverse members that includes analyzers and doers. You need people who are detail-oriented, critical thinkers to review documents and the physical plant. Now, here are a few of the critical questions an effective due diligence team asks during a detailed NERC internal assessment. What do the site's policies and procedures look like? Have they been kept up to date based on the latest, new, or updated standards? Are they thorough or are they superficial? Has field testing been conducted appropriately? And has that testing been adequately documented? Has the documentation been uploaded to evidence files? Do field components or settings, such as protective relay settings, meet the requirements of the standards? And have there been appropriate and complete security actions taken to meet the SIP standards? Your team also needs at least 1 member who has a record of effective program implementation, because this is the person who gets results. They can recognize a deficient program when they see it. Remember, the ultimate vulnerability is $2 million per day in potential NERC enforcement fines. NERC has been known to be more forbearing with a detailed program that just missed 1 or 2 critical actions, but a facility that has actively neglected NERC compliance will be subject to more substantial enforcement consequences. A completed NERC internal assessment yields a list of recommended actions to close the gaps. Those actions provide the basis for a cost estimate to implement the gap closing activities.